Multiple insiders have dropped bombshell reports in regard to Giannis Antetokounmpo and his future with the Milwaukee Bucks, as the New York Knicks have been revealed to be a team that is very interested in trading for Giannis amidst multiple moves by the Milwaukee Bucks that has Antetokounmpo definitely looking at all of his options right now, including and very much noted a potential trade out of Milwaukee. And we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. And if you're part of that percentage that isn't subscribed to Knicks Digest, this is the place to be for all the latest New York Knicks reports. Everything that happens with the Knicks and free agency will be reported on this channel. You guys do not want to miss out on all the great content, but let's jump into the video. We have a lot to go over, as Giannis Antetokounmpo is obviously the big storyline surrounding this season. There's been a lot regarding Giannis, whether he wants to trade, whether he doesn't want to trade. It hasn't been exactly clear on Giannis's end. He's operated like it's a more normal offseason. He hasn't done much to say that he does want to trade, but everyone is watching him closely. And inherently, because of that, watching the Milwaukee Bucks closely. The Bucks have been active in free agency early. They've made multiple moves, whether it's signing players, re-signing players, and everything in between, making some trades as well. There's been a lot going on with the Milwaukee Bucks where things stand right now. And Giannis, he is watching them very closely to decide if his future does still lie in Milwaukee. And we have multiple updates in regards to that. Now, it was revealed by Chris Haynes that Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo is not pleased with the team's decision to waive Damian Lillard, according to the sources who he's talked to. Now, Chris Haynes is an important guy here because he is related to Giannis Antetokounmpo's wife. They are family. Giannis is he's an in-law. I was going to say a family member, which is true. He's an in-law of Chris Haynes. They know each other very well. They are very familiar with each other because Chris Haynes is related to Giannis's wife. So there is a connection built in there that Chris Haynes is the guy to go to for a lot of Giannis Antetokounmpo updates. Now, I know that you guys hate when I put all these jersey swaps out there. I read comments. I see it. It's not lost on me. But this is the news that's coming out. I don't control the news. I'm going to react to what the current Knicks news is. And this is the news. The Knicks are going to be linked to Giannis time and time again. And I make the videos when there's enough news for me to compress it into one video so I don't have to talk about them 5 times a week, because no one needs that. They need it once a week when all the updates are out. And Brian Windhorst piled on this because it was mentioned by Brian Windhorst that the Bucks do not control their first-round picks for the next 5 years. They can't trade any of them. So as Windhorst said, honestly, I do not see how the Bucks are going to be a team that at the end of the week are going to say, that's a guaranteed top 4 team. Giannis has let them off the hook to a certain extent. He did not apply pressure this offseason. He has basically done his regular offseason, going overseas and being with family. And so the Bucks, who are really strapped from a spending and asset perspective, I don't see what they can do. And Windhorst continued on, saying a lot of teams think that they can trade for Giannis and have been watching this very closely. Teams like San Antonio, Houston, Miami, or New York have been specifically staying out of other transactions. Houston's case to saving assets in the Durant trade to potentially chase Giannis. And the reason they did this is because they're not sure that Giannis will look at the Bucks. He'll look at the Bucks work this week and think this is a team that can compete. And if Giannis ultimately decides that that is not the case, then he's going to leave. That's what's going to happen. If Giannis doesn't think that they're going to compete, he's not going to sit there and be like, whatever. No, he will leave. He will walk from the Bucks. He's given them enough. He's very much sick and tired of not winning again since that 2021 NBA Finals win. Now, obviously, as we all know, the NBA world got shaken up today as Miles Turner, a 10-year veteran who spent all 10 years with the Indiana Pacers. The last time that Turner wasn't on the Pacers, Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler were teammates on the Chicago Bulls together. LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, they were on Cleveland together. The last time that all happened was the last time Miles Turner didn't play in the Pacers. Until today, that is. Miles Turner did leave the Pacers for the Milwaukee Bucks early this morning, and that shook everything up. Not only should Pacers fans be disgusted and upset because this is going to set them back very far, considering Tyrese Halliburton's obviously out for the year, there's just going to be something clearly lacking with the Indiana Pacers next season. That's not just Halliburton. Two of their 3 most important players have now just left holes in their wall. And given Halliburton's coming back, but Miles Turner isn't. He's gone. He went to the Bucks rivals, or to the Pacers rivals in the Bucks. Pacers fans should be furious that the Pacers didn't go into the luxury tax. to keep Miles Turner. And this does have an impact on things for sure, considering Giannis was a part of this whole situation. Look, it was mentioned by Shams Charania that the Bucks were interested in Turner but had no pathway to sign him because of their salary restrictions. But John Horst and Brown huddled Monday and Tuesday to create an opening. Turner and Antetokounmpo valued the opportunity to partner on the court during the process, according to sources. It's another big move by Milwaukee's front office as Antetokounmpo considers his future and whether his best fit is with the Bucks. Now, last year, Giannis put up 30.4 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 6.5 assists, blocking and stealing, or blocking a shot per game and getting a steal per game, shooting 60% from the field. Giannis is absolutely a phenomenal player. He's generational. In my mind, he's a top 3 player in the NBA, and we are going to see that continue for a couple more years. If Giannis wants to finish out his prime with another team, it's not really going to affect him that Miles Turner signed with them. He might still leave. He's not going to be like, well, we have Miles Turner. Don't get it twisted. Miles Turner is the second best player on this Milwaukee Bucks team. Do you think Miles Turner can be the second best player on a championship team? Do you think a lineup of Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent, who they did re-sign, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Miles Turner is going to win an NBA championship? I don't. I really don't. Their bench is not that good either. Look, they lost Brook Lopez to the Clippers. They traded Pat Connaughton to the Hornets for Vasil Micic, who's widely regarded as one of the worst players in the NBA. So, look, personally, I don't think that they got better this offseason. In fact, they might have gotten worse. They also let Damian Lillard walk, or didn't really let him walk. They cut Damian Lillard loose when Dame, who's been okay with this because now he gets to leave for a team that he believes can actually contend, which is what he's going to do, is expected to be back by the All-Star break, meaning Damian Lillard will get a chance to still be productive, but the Bucks couldn't afford him. They had to waive him and use the stretch provision in order to still make this happen. So obviously, this is absolutely going to be pretty much changing to everything that's going on. So I was looking at a report. There was a tweet from Jalen Brunson in regards to some news that we will obviously talk about later and the whole coaching stuff, but it's not a head coaching signing. I would obviously say that in the video, but it's not right now. So it's just some stuff on assistant coaching. We'll pair that in with something else. I'm not doing a full video on assistant coaching. That I know you guys don't want to see that stuff at all. So I read the comments. I understand what you guys want and what you guys don't want. But in regards to this whole situation, in regards to Giannis, things are getting very interesting, and the Knicks are the best fit for him. Right now, the Knicks, they just made a much deeper team. They have this starting unit of Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, OG, and Karl-Anthony Towns. I do think Deuce should start over Josh Hart. I think it makes perfect sense. But then let's just say we're using this starting lineup just because that's what Six Rings of Steel wrote, and we don't have to move it around. There's no purpose. If you don't like the starting lineup, guess what? Neither do I, and I don't want it to be the starting lineup next year, and I don't think it will be. But then you got Deuce, Clarkson, Pacome, Gershon Yabusele, and Mitchell Robinson off the bench. You still have room for another minimum deal as well. You have Tyler Kolek and Ariel Huckporty also. The Eastern Conference Finals team just got better last year, while the Pacers got significantly worse. On top of that, Jeremy Cohen did mention the Knicks don't really have space underneath the second apron to sign prospective free agents. They're extremely close to the hard cap. If they're still telling free agents this, it implies that they plan to create more wiggle room. The only way to do that would be moving money via trade. The Knicks are going to figure out a way to create more room, and if they're going to make a trade and try to wiggle out money, they would try to cut some salary in the event that they do pull off some sort of Giannis deal. Now, do I think that they're going to pull off a Giannis deal? Honestly, I don't. I don't think that they're going to be like, well, they lost Damian Lillard and brought in Miles Turner. I don't think Giannis is yet to be like, all right, well, this is what's happening next. And frankly, I think Leon Rose, this was the plan all along. Create a bench. You created a bench. There's no need to go make other moves. I don't see a reason. Do you? Honestly, I don't see a single reason for the Knicks to go for Giannis. They have a team that's good enough to win the NBA Finals. Don't ruin the bench you just built. There's no purpose in that. I don't like the idea of that at all. I think what the Knicks have now is a team that can easily win the NBA Finals in a wide-open East where the biggest competition is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Atlanta Hawks, along with the Dallas Mavericks, the Orlando Magic. And then in the West, we're going to see teams like the Nuggets, the Thunder, maybe the Mavs, if they're healthy, be contenders out there. The Knicks are have one of the best chances to win the NBA Finals. Why screw with that? You don't need Giannis to win the Finals. You have a good enough team. Run with this current roster. I don't think Giannis is getting traded anytime soon. If he demands a trade, obviously you check in. It's just doing your due diligence, and also it's Giannis. These guys don't come around ever via trade, so you do check in on it. But if it's going to be too much and you can't afford it without giving up way too much, then don't do it. That's really the thought I have on it. But I'll be sure to check out the comments and watch as you guys I don't know. Some of you say positive things. Some of you don't. Is what it is. I get it. It's free agency. I'm putting these jersey swaps in there. Little note here is there's a bunch of digest channels. The titles are pretty similar. You really think I'm making all of them? Guys, like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.